Jason said, do you guys think the bull will peak around November/December 2025?
I think it'll be around there, September, October, maybe November, December. Could get like a little second blow off top there. Or not blow off top, a little double peak.
Yeah, Jason, I took some profits, not this pump that happened today, but that last big Bitcoin pump. I took a bunch of profits. I still got a lot of my altcoin bags, but I went and bought an e-bike, Deezy. You ever rode an e-bike, dude?
Dude, I saw the e-bikes on sale at Costco. They went from like 13 to 1,000. I'm so mad I didn't buy 2 of them, man. Like I should have splurged on that, man. Is it fun?
Man, bro, I got one from Best Buy. Yeah, it's I had a buddy, he's in all that. He's been pushing me to get into it, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go try this outside thing for a little bit, man. It was pretty cool, man.
I highly recommend 10 minutes of sunlight every single day to everybody.
Yeah. I think the recommended is 10 to like 20 minutes. Get that vitamin D.
It's the key. It's a key to happiness. There's several keys, but like it's literally like, oh man, I wish there was some key to happiness. There's a bunch, and when you think of key, you just got to think of the motion here. All right, so what is happiness, Kevin? How would you define happiness on a physiological scale?
I guess technically I would define it as like a state of mind. You know what I'm saying?
State of mind. Great. All right, so state of mind brought on by just chemicals being pumped. And I'm not trying to sound like a robot here, but we have oxytocin, we have serotonin, we have dopamine. Largely they do a lot of the regulation. I know I'm oversimplifying it, but sunlight turns the knob on, I think that one's dopamine. I think it's dopamine. Mm-hmm. Petting your dog or just hugging a coworker or a loved one, that turns on oxytocin. So just think of you got to get that 10 minutes, man. The 10 minutes turns all 3 knobs.
Yeah,
and you want those chemicals being like your brain sloshing around in juices. Why not make it a pool of happiness, happy juices versus like cortisol and adrenaline and all this stress?
Yeah, sunlight is vitamin D, and having high levels of vitamin D is directly correlated with lesser levels of depression. But it's a little more complicated than that because you need like certain levels of like magnesium in order for your body to even accept.
That's another knob. That's another knob. There's a lot of these knobs. You learn how to turn 20 of those knobs. You'll be like, oh, I'm deliriously happy. Why didn't I feel like this my entire life?
I listen to a lot of these. I don't know if you ever said that Dr. Huberman guy. He just, simplifies a lot of
Andrew
shit.
Huberman, I believe. Andrew Huberman, yeah, I think I've heard him once or twice on a podcast.
Oh man, he's a beast. So Jason said, gonna get my Heelys with my, what's a Heely? Is that like that's
with the wheel on the back? That's how he's gonna skate into the bull market.
Yeah, but I see with stuff like that, like my boy, he's got one of them hoverboards. You ever see those? Like it's like a one wheel.
No, but do you remember Back to the Future 2? We thought for certain we'd be there by now.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought for sure we'd have hoverboards. I remember there's a rumor that Toys R Us headquarters had a prototype hoverboard that it was just too expensive to sell to public. Being a little kid, I believed it.
I think that it sucks when it comes to like cool technology. I think that we're kind of like, I saw like a meme where it's like, we're too young to go to Mars and all kind of cool technology and hoverboards and stuff like that. So we're just kind of stuck in this middle where like, that'll be when we're all dead and stuff, they'll have all the cool technology and intergalactic travel and stuff.
Well, what's going to be interesting is all right, so like every sci-fi, now this was totally off the rails from crypto, but every sci-fi movie, you either see it's like really close to today, Minority Report, 10 years, 20 years, it's Black Mirror is a good example. It's all like, this real close, or it's Star Wars level, which is like 1,000 years in the future. What's interesting is going to be, we get a new Wild West, we get a new frontier, we get one last frontier, and that's space exploration. What's going to be interesting is the first generations of people born in space aren't going to be able to live on Earth. If you're born in space and at a certain point, your bones will elongate where your spine cannot handle Earth gravity. And so we're going to have a huge class, not species planet. I don't know how do you say it. It's going to like not classist, not racist, not ageist. It's going to be over planets. And so you're going to have moon people. Sounds crazy saying it, but you're going to have moon people at 20% gravity. You're going to have Mars people at about 40% gravity. Then you're going to have people in space at 0% gravity. And Mars and moon will be able to shift. So if you're born on the moon, you can move to the Mars, but you won't be able to go to Earth. You probably won't want to be floating in space. So we're gonna have these three groups of humans. If humanity is played out, and if history rhymes or repeats or even is even any remotely similar, we're all gonna hate each other. We're probably all gonna fight.
That's a guarantee. I think I can
And
one thing,
and
whether it's religion, science, politics, right, left, like somebody
yeah,
is going to hate someone else, and that will be to the end of time. Now, so what do you
we're
think
doomed,
about
by the
Mars?
way. We're doomed. We're doomed. Mars is doomed. We're gonna have, if it ever escalates, they'll sling asteroids at us. They'll divert like Saturn,
Mm,
rocks, debris, and they'll just divert it, and they'll know how to. They'll do the math, they'll do the trigonometry, and we'll just get peppered with
damn, I should have
species
paid attention
or
in trigonometry.
with planet ending meteors.